Okay. Don't even know to my mic. So, as part of my school orientation program, we all had the option to basically go and try and do different things with this organization that the school works with. It's called CIPE, the Center of International and Professional Experience, located at YNC. And I don't know. I just decided that it would be interesting to maybe just test out my gear a little bit and make a YouTube video. What exactly is this video on? I did think hard about what exactly would make sense to anybody out there, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that there's something that's on my heart that I feel, while my life may not have been the messiest or the most unfortunate or the most uh, you know disparate, and all these terms will make sense later when I actually tell you the topic, and maybe I'll just do that now. I really feel like I want to talk about how sometimes you just feel like you don't have a place, you don't have a people to call your own. Yeah, I think if there was a strong phrase to really title this video, it would be you don't have a people to call your own. And yes, I'm Singaporean, and people, other Singaporeans bred and born will likewise tell like, oh, I don't feel all that much attachment to Singapore because there's not that much, we don't really have, say, a very strong cultural standpoint together. We don't really have a common, huge thing in history where everybody goes like, oh yeah, because we went through that, then we're super bonded or anything. Or if they do, then when they share that, I don't resonate. And this is interesting for me because I spent 8 years in an international school overseas as well. And while I had a more interesting, a more enlivening time being in an international crowd, just because there's so many people that are from so many different places, and in that sense everybody is different. It's strange to think that nobody is still willing to call you their own. And I'm not talking about like, oh, like let's be friends or something. It's like, oh, we belong from the same, like the same family almost. And I'm not talking like blood family, but like you and me, the circumstances we've been through, or the story your life tells, or the way you look at life is the same as me. And I know that's a tall task to ask of like anybody. And obviously, you need to journey through life with people to get to that point where you go like, oh yeah, we do look at life very, very similarly. It's like finding a wife or like finding a husband for the girls, right? But at the same time, like a collective identity of people, I think, is something that is very difficult for somebody such as myself. The term for us would be third world, no, third country kids, TCKs, excuse me, TCKs, because we grew up in a country that wasn't our, we spent a lot of years growing up in a country that wasn't our home country, and either we would return or we would have, an international background. And like I said, I'm meeting people at Yale and US College now where they haven't gone to, just 2 countries or 3. They've gone to like 4. Not that many people, but sometimes you hear like 4 countries, 3 countries. The majority maybe like 2, 2 or 3 maybe, and they share that like it seems to me that they have something to like call their own. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe because like for me, I haven't really picked up Singapore mannerisms all too much. I mean, like Army has taught me the value of Singlish. I do use it, colloquially every now and then when I feel that the audience I'm speaking to uh, is just put at ease that way. When I want to elicit a certain response, I don't mind manipulating the Singapore language or Singlish just to get that kind of response. And I know this is a really rambly video, right? At the same time, like anybody else who is out there that feels like, like nobody calls me their own, right? And I'll just throw out this experience I had, and maybe people like this will help actually frame a lot of my thoughts that are just like wandering and coming out because I didn't prepare a script, but this is something that just rests on my mind for a lot of time. There was this one experience where I mentioned how I studied at an international school back in China before. Well, when I went back there for one of my elder sister's graduations, I ran into some old buddies from my international school that I had left, and when I was talking to them and everything, they said like, "Oh, you don't sound like us anymore." And like they didn't say that in like a mean way or even a teasing way. It was kind of just like matter of fact, like, "Oh, like you don't sound like us anymore." Like that's that. But for some reason that hit me really hard because obviously when I came back to Singapore with this accent that I have, people locally here would be like, "Oh, you don't speak like us as well. Where are you from? Are you local?" And like it doesn't bother me too much because obviously I'm like returning to this country. But like going back to what I considered to be my home growing up, and then hearing people tell you like, "Oh, you don't sound like us." Like at that moment, like if you can imagine like just like Singapore and China, what used to be your home and what you were looking to be your home, I guess. Well, looking to be your home. So obviously when you move from your old home to your new home, you go like, yeah, people here are gonna treat me differently, see things differently. Sure, no problem. But when you go back, and yes, you spend some time over here, but you don't think you've really picked up the mannerisms or you haven't really resonated with them, and people there notice enough of a difference to say that you no longer resonate with them over here now, you're stuck in this really uncomfortable in between. It's like a limbo, and that's why I say like I don't feel like anybody is out there to call my own, or that is willing to look at me and say that is me, or that is my own as well. Yeah, I mean it's pretty heavy stuff, right? But it's not like I wake up and I go like, oh boo hoo, my life is over. Like because there's nothing wrong with being unique. There's nothing wrong with being different. And I love the fact that the world is full of unique, talented, different people, different stories, different lives to tell. But sometimes you just want to come back to a place where you can just rest. You know? Yeah. Rest. Not like the do nothing, feel nothing, not like ignorance, not even bliss. Peace. I find it incredibly hard to find peace nowadays. I'm not sure I was able to find peace in the past as well. And I think I was looking for a lot of things that I thought would give me peace. I think we all do. You know, whether it's relationships, whether it's, you know, different pursuits, sports, music, your lust, you know, pornography. We search so hard for peace. Peace of mind, peace of the soul, peace of the body. And then you realize that the world can't give you that peace. Maybe it can give you a day, you know, out with friends, out with, you know, blood family, where you just have an extremely good time just relaxing. No talk about work, no talk about responsibilities, you know, just a chill day, you know, maybe even a holiday, right? That's why people go on holidays. Maybe a week long. Maybe a week long you can get away. You know, or maybe you can go for like a night of like drinking and clubbing and partying and you just like empty your mind, right? It doesn't last. It doesn't last. And before you know it, you know, you're chasing something else to get that peace. You're chasing friends, you know, you're chasing experiences. You're chasing places to get away to. So I've come to the conclusion that at the end of the day, the world can't give you peace. Not the kind of peace that we truly want. Everlasting peace. A peace that overrides the world, that overcomes the world. Because you can plan the, you know, the most perfect vacation. You can plan the perfect party. And when tough times come, you know, when those happy times are over, when you have to get back to life, if your peace is event-based, or even people-based, you know, these things aren't always going to be there for you. I personally feel that. And I struggle with this right now. I personally feel that the only source of everlasting peace, a peace that can overcome the world, a peace that will be with you forever, is the peace of having Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Yeah, I know. Maybe you're rolling your eyes now. And maybe you're going, way to talk religion, right? This has been somebody that's just been sitting in front of his webcam, sharing openly that I've searched, I've hungered for a peace that I thought that, belonging to somebody or belonging to a culture, belonging to a place, or being held by a place, by a people, would give me that peace. So many things that I've tried, still no peace. And I do claim by faith what it says in the Bible, that Jesus can give us shalom, a peace, a holy peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. Because while there may have only been a few times, maybe if you ask me to cast my mind back to it, once in the more recent past, where I really felt that this peace, I don't know what else I could have done to get it, other than, that there's just the peace that I know has to come from God, because it is an unexplainable feeling, and it is so powerful. It's not like, everything's gonna go okay. It's a divine, holy, all-powerful being is saying, I got your back. I'm looking out for you. And if that doesn't help you sleep at night, knowing that all-powerful, all-present, all-knowing God can give you His assurance of watching over you, man, I don't know how anything else can compare. Yeah. Is it easy to grasp? No. God's not an ATM. You can't go to God and just be like, okay, God, one token of peace, please. God in His wisdom desires a relationship with us, which is so beautiful and mind-blowing at the same time, because a holy, supreme being wanting a relationship with mere mortals, sinful beings, people with pride, with faults, and a holy being wants a relationship with you? That just blows my mind. And yeah, I'll be open and honest and say that when I ask for peace from the Lord all the time, do I get it? No. No, I don't. Do I know why? No. The Bible says we only know things in part for now. All will be made clear one day, that day being when Jesus comes back. But while I don't know why God doesn't always give me His peace, I venture to say that it's more that I have wandered away from Him, and from that position in which I am able to receive His peace. Because admittedly, when I am stressed, I'm tired, I'm lonely, I feel no sense of belonging, I choose so many other ways to get peace. And then at the very end, when none of those work, or they only work for a little bit and then have like terrible consequences afterwards, I go like, oh, maybe I should try God. I think God is fair, I think God is just, I know God is wise, I know God is fair, I know God is just. And I think He doesn't compromise. I know He doesn't compromise on a relationship with us. He doesn't say, alright, I'll just take the scraps you give me. Because He doesn't want to give us scraps back. He doesn't want to trade our scraps for His glory. Saying, come experience my glory in its fullness. Come to me immediately in your depths of despair. I wonder why I don't do that. Not even sure how we got here. That's a rambling video. But you know, if you've watched this far, I mean, thanks for watching. And if you know, like me, you're looking for a peace that lasts, a peace that covers you in a way. It's just you can't describe it until you feel it, and even then, go to God immediately, right? Don't treat Him as the backup plan, because He never looks at us. No, don't treat God like a backup plan or the last hope or the last option or the last bit of your energy that's worth. Because when God looks at us, He calls us His precious children. And when we're in tough times, I think we need to remember the beauty and simplicity that is offered to us in a child running to their Father. Us just running and crying out to God as our Holy Father. Yeah. So, thanks for watching, guys. I mean, I know this video was like really rambly and like I didn't even have a chance to like test the volume on my mic and everything. Like, it's signaling to me on the computer now everything's okay. So, I mean, I really hope like it turns out alright. And I mean, thanks for listening, really. And I do hope this benefits you and speaks to you in whatever way is most applicable to you. Thanks for watching.